A wave of Catholic hatred as images of the Blessed Mother and Jesus Christ are being destroyed across the country, beheaded, smashed, even burned. Catholic advocates are saying that the media is sweeping the rubble under the rug, not covering the growing number of attacks. Here to talk more about that is Neil Cosgrove from the Ancient Order of Hibernians. They are the oldest and largest Irish Catholic organization in the U.S. Welcome. First off, why do you believe we're seeing this wave of anti-Catholic attacks?
That's a question for the ages. I mean, I don't see what the church, which basically preaches tolerance, preaches a sharing of blessings, teaches to love all humanity the same, is being attacked. I think that this is just pent up anger, and unfortunately, I think the church is coming in as collateral damage on this situation.
Yeah, protesters have been destroying statues because of what they perceive as their negative history, tearing down figures of Columbus or St. Junipero Serra because of their treatment of indigenous people. But these are monuments to Jesus and Mary. Why such hate towards them?
Again, it makes you wonder. I can only think that it's somehow or another it's perception of being the establishment. These people who are talking and preaching about tolerance obviously do not know their own history. I mean, Saint Sierra actually was an advocate for Native Americans. In his time, he would have been a progressive. He would have been on the far cutting edge of human rights in his era. I don't know where these people have learned their history, but certainly Catholics have, and especially Irish Catholics, have known intimidation and in violence throughout their history. Within living memory, we had to question whether a Catholic could be a president because there was fears that he would have dual allegiance between America and his faith. And sadly, even today in Congress, we hear people bringing those charges against some government appointees.
Now, the AOH has criticized news outlets for their lack of coverage on the destruction of Catholic statues. Why do you think this isn't being reported?
I think there is, for some strange reason, there is a hierarchy of outrage. For some reason, we've seen this before when, Catholic items are vandalized. Far too frequently, we see it swept away as criminal mischief, whereas the exact same act against another faith, quite rightly, is targeted as a hate crime. And I think there is this loss that there has been a long history of animosity and hatred to Catholics throughout our nation's history. And I think, and I don't think it's ever gone completely away, but people have forgotten. I think it's very sad.
Well, what would you like to say to the people who are destroying these statues?
I think first off, realize, what is your cause? If your cause is basically love and tolerance, then basically you're targeting the wrong institution. You should be encouraging people of faith, not just Catholics, but people of all faiths, to embrace their faith and embrace the lessons of tolerations that all the major religions teach. I think you have to go back, look at your history, and just again realize that these people were radicals for their time. They were preaching, the gospel was radicalism when it was preached 2,000 years ago. Saint Sierra was a radical when he was speaking up for indigenous rights. I think I don't know where their anger is coming from. It just seems it almost seems as if it's a primal scream. And also too, look at the intolerance the Catholics have, and like I said, within living memory. And I would question even if it has gone. I don't think it has gone away completely. How do you preach tolerance by engaging acts of intolerance? It makes no sense.
All right, Neil Cosgrove from the Ancient Order of Hibernians. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you very much.
If you're watching Currents News on YouTube, be sure to hit the subscribe button and then click on the bell to get instant updates about all of our newest content, because we are putting your faith in the news.